Welcome to a new episode of Indie Talks, a concept which is dedicated to action movie, martial art movie, a concept which movie makers, indie or mainstream, share their knowledge, their experiences. Also, a home of screen performers, martial artists, fight choreographers, fight coordinators, or anyone related to the movie making or movie business in general to share their ideas, passion, film culture. Today's guest is an American martial art expert. He's also actor, screen performer, stuntman, fight choreographer. He's the founder of UMC Monkeys indie group and well known for his work in Shang-Chi, the Continental, Mortal Kombat video games, and many more. I welcome Mr. Malay Kim. Welcome, brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
It's a great pleasure having you. Finally, you are one of, I can tell, the pioneers of indie action cinema on YouTube. A lot of people, of course, was introduced to the people, stunt people, Zero Gravity, Vladimir, Brian Sloyer, Malay Kim, and many indie martial art movie makers for their passion and all the beauty they are sharing on their YouTube channels. Welcome, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be here. Finally, we're doing this.
Yeah, finally, brother. It's a great honor having you.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'll take you to the very beginning, and of course, I would like to know, where are you from originally?
Well, originally I was actually born in Florida.
Okay.
But I moved out of there since I was like a baby, so I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
I lived mostly in LA my whole life, but I've been in Canada and Boston, Colorado for a little bit, but mainly Los Angeles.
Okay. And I think you have some Asian origins, right?
Yeah, I'm Cambodian, so a lot of people don't know what Cambodian is.
Yes.
I'm Cambodian. Actually, I'm from Long Beach, whereas like that's the hugest Cambodian population outside of Cambodia. So that's where that's where we all huddled at.
Okay, cool. It's Cambodia. They're sharing borders with Thailand, I think.
Thailand and Vietnam, yeah.
Okay,
right.
Thailand and Vietnam, of course.
Yeah.
And of course, since we talk about your early life and career, what was your first martial art you did ever practice?
When I was around 8, when I lived in Canada, I started Taekwondo for maybe half a year. That didn't stick very long because we kept moving around. It wasn't until my high school career, I was 14 years old, and there was a martial arts club. Yeah, I joined a martial arts club. And the I guess the president of that club, he also taught Taekwondo at a local school, and that's where I went. I mean, my mom wanted me to do martial arts because not for like any health benefit or anything like that, because we're in Long Beach and it's a heavy gang activity. So she's like, I want you to do something with your life and not hang around thugs.
Yes, to stay away from gangs and the street life, of course.
Yeah. It worked a little bit.
Okay.
half and half. Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to stay away. Yeah. Everyone's in like, from the street. Yeah, it's hard.
Yes, a difficult life, of course, and a lot of drugs are there. A lot of
yeah.
What martial art do you practice often?
Well, like I said, I started in Taekwondo.
Okay.
And then maybe a couple of years after that, my coach was like, okay, you know how to throw kicks. Now it's time to learn how to throw punches. So he made me do boxing. So we did boxing. Yeah. And after boxing, then we did Muay Thai. So those were like my main 3 styles, was Taekwondo, boxing, Muay Thai. Since I was like 14, 17 years old. But now I'll still maintain the fundamentals of kicks and punches. But now I'm learning new arts, mainly picking up Kung Fu, a lot of Kung Fu.
Okay, yeah.
Within the past 5-10 years, mostly Kung Fu. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so, because in your short I have sensed a flavor from Kung Fu in your style, in those short films.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, So it's interesting. As a Cambodian, we grow up watching a lot of Hong Kong TVB dramas, and a lot of those dramas were the period pieces. You know, like the Condor Heroes, Demigods, Semi Devils, and that was like all kung fu based. So that's kind of what I grew up watching, was all kung fu. But I didn't learn until much later. All of it was boxing, taekwondo, Muay Thai, right? So I wanted to learn kung fu just because that's something that felt kind of natural to me. Uh, so that's kind of how everything developed. I did wushu when I was 17, 18 for a year. And then like training with friends here and there. My friend taught me Wing Chun. Then I learned Hung Gar, and now I'm doing Bat Mei Kung
Okay.
Fu. Yeah, actually learned Tai Chi for Shang Chi.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
been like 4 or 5 years now. Yeah.
Yeah, I did spotted you in a frame with Jake One taking
Yeah, that's right.
a little glimpse from from
Yeah,
Tai Chi in Shang-Chi, of
yeah,
course. Cool. So there is a lot diversity, a large experience in your martial art background, of course.
yeah, yeah. I try to. I think the pursuit of knowledge is forever going. Like it's never gonna stop.
Yeah, and how martial art contributed in shaping your career, your personality, your way of living, your well-being, of course.
Hmm. I think so. It's actually perfect the way you said, because I grew up in many different towns. Uh,
Yeah,
I was in Canada, I was in Boston, and different areas of Boston, different areas of Canada, different areas of LA. So that kind of my personality's been kind of shaped to being used to whatever community I always adapt to wherever I'm in.
okay, yeah.
So that kind of personality came into martial arts as well. Like whatever I'm learning, I'm fully in that style. I never think about like, oh, in our style we do this version. We don't do it like that. It's just I fully immerse myself in whatever I'm learning, and then I take what I want and blend it into my own style, and that kind of helps create a kind of a fighting style, uh, filming style, choreography style that I use for film. It it gives me enough weapons to use. I can choose what I want specifically for character or certain piece of choreography.
Yeah, of course. That's really important
And
to have a way of life, and I think martial art is one of the best way to learn discipline and all that.
Mhm.
And of course, a screen performer and the stuntman should always maintain the best shape possible to keep the flow.
Yeah,
What is
yeah. So
your
I actually I teach a class Monday nights.
okay?
I have a lot of people who are actors and stunt guys. I'm like, if you're not in shape, you need to get in shape,
Of
because
course,
sometimes you're doing take after take after take after. You cannot
indeed.
be tired. You're not allowed to be
It's
tired. Yeah,
That's true. Yes,
yeah,
it's so physical because there is a lot
yes.
of takes, and of course, as we know, Hong Kong back in the days, it was really crazy. A lot of
Oh
takes, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
12+ hour days, no rest.
yeah, that's true. So Hong Kong should be taken as an example of hard work
Yeah.
and dedication.
Hmm. Hmm. Exactly.
Of course, are you influenced by some, I mean, some director or movie making style or something like that related
Uh,
to cinema in general
I
before
think
in your early career? I mean,
I think everyone kind of has the same kind of people they aspire. Like Bruce Lee, obviously Jackie Chan, and
yeah,
but in some ways like Van Damme too. Van Damme,
okay.
Rocky.
Do you
That's
see?
something
Yeah,
I grew up watching as a kid. I think some things people forget to mention is like Ninja Turtles.
yes, of
that
course.
was
Yeah,
that's
back
that
in
was a
the
big part of
days,
my childhood.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
really fun.
yeah,
No CGI, just
yeah.
some suits and
No, just dudes, straight performers. And
yeah,
growing up,
that's
you're like, man, those guys were athletic.
indeed, of course. And it's
Yeah,
difficult
yeah,
to perform in those suits and making acrobatics and kicking
yeah,
and all those crazy moves.
yeah, yeah. And then in terms of filmmaking, I don't really have a specific
Mhm.
cinematographer or director that I can say that I idolize. Uh, just
Yeah,
from watching movies over the years, I kind of developed a way of just understanding what I want out of a character. And I'll watch films for study, obviously, but I try to develop a style of like, okay, what am I trying to get a point across for this short, for this film? And it all has to do with character based, fighting style, dialogue, how they deliver dialogue, how they move, how I shoot it. Everything is based off just the character alone. No, the story can be as simplistic as possible, but the character is complex. Like if we try to learn about a friend or anyone else besides ourselves, we fully understand ourselves, but we don't fully understand another person. So that's kind of my take on directing. It's how do I make that character express himself to the audience so that they understand what he's going through.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's really interesting. And of course, let's discuss your indie career. What was your first ever indie short you did film?
My
If you
first,
still remember, of
so
course, that was, it should
yeah,
have been long ago.
yeah. So I was inspired by Zero Gravity. I was in high school,
Oh, yeah.
senior year. This is back in 2002. I was inspired by Zero Gravity. Tony, uh,
Yeah.
all
Ken
the
Kitigawa and
Carrie, oh
Aaron
man,
Tony.
Carrie, yeah, Ken, Aaron, Tony, yeah. So it's funny because we would train with Aaron, yeah, every now and then. He would come over to Long Beach and we'll train because
Yeah.
he would drive from Torrance. But yeah, so that was just my inspiration. Oh shit, like you can actually just grab a camera and just shoot stuff for fun. So me and my coach's little brother, he was a year younger than me, and we would just get together and shoot little practice fights. There's 2 clips online, but I cannot find them. They're somewhere, just somewhere in the internet.
Okay.
Probably not in the cloud, but it's somewhere out there. I've been trying to find it. Man, that was like, that was 2002, 2003. That was my first, 2 of my first practice fights. And then I didn't really do anything after that, going to school, trying to figure out what to do with life. Until me and Zin, we got together and we banded the EMC, and then we started shooting our first shorts around like 2005, 2006. And you go back and watch them, and like, oh man, they were horrible. They're
I
bad.
remember, I think
But
I have seen Zin, like a remake of The Protector of Tony Jaa back in the days. I think like in,
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
think that video is no longer on the internet, but I remember watching that like 15 years ago, or maybe 14 years ago. It was really
yeah,
fun and
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. So that's the thing. What I mean, like when I go back, it's been like almost been 20 years now, right? Since those videos, you go back
Yeah,
and I watch them, like, oh, these aren't good. Like I wouldn't hire these guys. But that's where you have to start. I think a lot of people are expecting to be good right away. They see all these videos online. Oh, these guys are really good. How do I get like them? Well, you have to start somewhere. You got to start like right now. You can't be good right away. Just have to keep doing. Just have to practice. That's the only way.
practice and keep filming. If that's the key,
Yeah.
of course.
No secrets. No secrets. Just shoot.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. With every time you figure out things, gain more experience, of course. That's what
Exactly. Yeah.
everyone say from everyone I did interview in the
Yeah.
talks. uh, yeah,
I mean, it's just like life. Anything in life, you're not going to be a doctor by just going to school. You have to practice, right? You're not
yeah,
going to be a
indeed.
mechanic by just grabbing a wrench. You have to practice. It takes time. Everything takes time.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
man.
it works.
Yeah.
I know you've been a part of many indie action shorts and YouTube films. This kind of films allow good margin of creativity freedom, even though the low budget. There is a lot of talented people around the world making this kind of YouTube short. How could you describe your experience in this genre? If you have anything to add,
So yeah, I think one of the biggest takeaways that you get from your shooting your own little indie shorts is you start to understand the limitations that you have, but
yeah,
also using those limitations to expand your creativity. It's like the more ingredients, the more tools you have, your mind is very susceptible to like, I want to do this, 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 I want to use that, but you're not focused on what you're trying to do. So if you have just one thing to do, but like, okay, how do I make this one thing look good in different ways? Well, that's where your creativity comes in, and that's something that you have to learn through shooting your own stuff, and it helps you be better as a choreographer, especially when you're on set, you're working, and the director is like, can we change this move to something else? I'm not sure if it works for the camera or the actor. Can we change it? And if you have no response, if you're like, can you give me like 5 minutes to re-choreograph? Like, you don't have that kind of time. 5 minutes is a lot of time gone. So you have to just think fast. So being able to shoot your own stuff, you just build a huge library of like different ideas.
Yeah, that's really inspiring, and of course could give motivation to everyone who watch this, of course. And there is many people who watch this. I know. I have some audience who send me messages, and they really enjoy and learn and take advices seriously.
That's cool.
Really, that's really a great honor for me to share ideas here.
Sure.
And I know you have created this group called UMC Monkeys with Xin, I think.
Yeah.
How did you come up with this idea? Or the name of UMC Monkey?
It was a fusion of two teams put together. It was me, my coach, his younger brother, and then these 4 younger high school guys that we were training. By that time, I was already out in college, so it's 4 high school kids and 3 of us. And then Zin had it was just him and another guy, and they were called Evolved Monkey Combat, and our team was called Flung Dung. People thought it meant like a Chinese terminology or anything like that, but it sounds like it is. But Flung Dung literally means like flung, like flying, like you fling something, and dung is poop, is shit, right? So we always say like, oh, we're flying shit. And then in 2004, I want to say summer 2004, we met at a gym in Costa Mesa called Gym Max. And we started training together, and we're like, hey, we're kind of like the same personality. We kind of fuck around a lot. We like to have fun, and we just built a team. And like, how do we think of a new name? And he's like, well, let's just keep their name, but we'll just make an acronym, just change it to EMC. So it became EMC, and then the ongoing joke is people ask us, what does EMC mean? And we're like, it could be whatever you want. So whatever, literally anything. It's like kind of our lifestyle. You just kind of go with it, and you just kind of go with the flow. So whatever you feel like EMC would stand for you, like that's what it is.
Yeah, I see now. I did understand. And I have watched like some of your shorts, like Crow Zero. This short got like 1.7 million views so far. It has a Korean flavor, fight style. How did you come up with this concept?
Yeah. Actually, it's Japanese. It's very similar in a way.
Korean is Japanese. More, I think.
Yeah, Korean is more martial arts based. Whereas Japanese style, like this style of fighting, is just more like just a rumble. So there's a manga called Crows, and they released two movies. They released 3, but the third one's not good. It's called Crow Zero. So it's a prequel to the manga. And it's about how tough it is in high school in Japan, especially in a rough one. And it's not about education. It's not about that. It's about growing up and becoming a man. How do you stand up for yourself? How do you build a team? How do you support your guys and stuff like that? So it looks like it's just like a bunch of thugs, throwing hands and stuff like that. But the underlying message is like, how do you become a man? And that's kind of one of the videos that inspired us to be like, oh, let's do something non-martial artsy. It's just guys in the field and just throwing hands at each other and slamming each other.
Yeah.
and then so actually Zin wanted to shoot that one. And then we did that one day. We had 2 cameras. we spent like 12 hours in that one day just getting as much footage as we can. And then we didn't expect the views to be that high. So we titled it Crow 03. And there's no 3. There's
Okay.
no 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a 3 now, but it's bad. Don't watch it. So
Okay, no
Crow
problem.
0, 1 and 2. Watch those. Yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah, but it's
Yeah.
okay. I can watch everything. Of course, there is ups and downs in everything, of course.
Yeah.
I have noticed a large number of performers in this short. How hard it has been to handle all that number of people with everyone fighting, whether fighting on the main frame or in background.
For Crows, the Crows videos. Yeah. Still.
Yeah, Cross Zero,
Yeah. So
first one.
uh, during that time, I think that was like a very early stage of our channel, and we just put out a post to our friends, and they just shared it. And this is before like you can like post stories and stuff like that. We're like, hey, anyone who wants to come be in a video with EMC, we're just gonna shoot something in a park. It'll be fun. Just come out. We'll tell you what to bring. So, like a few of the guys aren't even stunt guys. They're just like high school friends, and they just want to be in the
Okay,
video for
yeah.
fun. Yeah. And we're teaching them how to stack punches, how to not hit each other. It's sometimes it can get difficult, depending on the talent and stuff like that. But these guys, they did as much as they could, and they delivered.
Yeah,
And
of
then
course, I
there's
have seen.
yeah, yeah, and then there's like shots of like freestyle in the far background. I'm like, guys, just start wailing at each other, start hitting each other for real. But obviously they did it very safe. Like don't actually punch them in the face, but start
Oh,
like
yeah,
swinging for real.
so,
Yeah,
yeah, of course, and it looks really
yeah,
good.
yeah,
I have seen it. It reminded me of some Korean bullying films, like
yeah,
high
yeah.
schools and all that,
High
and
school.
the
Yeah,
way
once upon a time, high
they hit.
school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
true. Once upon a time in high school.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it's a well-known movie, of course. And how
yeah.
much time it took you to shoot this one, if you still remember,
Uh,
of course.
yeah. That was about 12 hours. We shot from sun up
Okay,
to pretty much sundown. It started to get dark, and we're like, "Oh, guys, we need to
okay,
finish the video. Let's do this fast. Let's do this fast." So we didn't really have. So the thing with our videos is sometimes we never. I won't say sometimes. I would say most of the times we never come up with an ending. We always just have like an idea that we want to do and a cool intro, but our endings are always like, "Oh man, what do we do?" So it was like, man, the sun was going down. It was like less than 30 minutes left. And I was like, okay, let's do a freeze frame, and actually do a freeze frame. Don't punch each other. So that's where we got the Rocky idea, where Apollo is fighting Rocky behind closed doors. That freeze frame. So we took that idea and then we blended it into a hand drawing that one of
yeah,
the guys, one of the friends, he actually drew that for us. Yeah,
yeah. I see. There is a lot of work, of course, and dedication and the preparation, of course, and to shoot for 12 hours continuously is really
yeah,
difficult, and
yes,
especially if it is sunny and hot.
yeah. And no one's getting paid. We didn't
Yeah,
break
of
for lunch.
course.
We
Yeah,
just shot straight 12 hours. We went to the restaurant to have dinner, like still in our dirty, bloody clothes.
I see. Yes, that's the beauty about indie. Everything is done with heart and passion, of course.
Yeah,
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 and you can see the outcome every time. Very good
exactly.
outcome and fun
Yeah.
and yeah.
I I
Uh,
think that's like you're saying, like, it's a lot of heart and passion put into it. I feel like it's almost lost right now.
yeah,
Um,
indeed.
not to
Yeah,
s- not to
that's
not to
true.
take away from people's work, but I think the meaning behind it is different. When I did it, it was just like we're just gonna do this for fun. Eventually, it turned into around what 2009, 2008. It turned into
Yeah,
let's try and do this and get work. And I think that's kind of when everything just started shifting towards let's shoot shorts so people can see our work, so we can get jobs. And you kind of lose that drive a little because you forget that you should be doing it to get better in general, not because you want people to see it and get work. And that's people are posting videos that they're just starting and like don't post that yet. Maybe get some advice from your mentors to see like what can they work on to before they post something, because you don't want to put a bad video out and then like people will not hire you.
Yeah, and of course, and a lot of people, of
there's
course.
there's such an urge to just put out content. You know, it's social media. Like everyone wants to just put out content constantly, but you have to be mindful of your quality of work, and that it's gonna show. It's definitely gonna show.
Yeah, as you kept doing that for many years in this stuff. Of course, many of you guys got professional jobs in Hollywood and work in big films, like yourself, like Manny, Brian, Vlad, Eric, and yeah, many people. They started indie, and now you can see they
Yeah.
became like fight
Yeah.
coordinators and stunt coordinators as well. Like
Yeah.
Michael Lair, of course,
Yeah.
who was
Yeah.
the stunt coordinator of Extraction, and other guys, of course. And
Yeah.
since I mentioned Michael Lair, you have seen one particular fight scene you did together. It was a special ID inspired. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
fight scene was really beautifully done, inspired from
Oh, thank you.
Donnie style.
Yeah.
What could you tell
Yeah.
about this short?
So the idea with that short was something that spawned with like, I wanted everyone on the team to create their own concept. Obviously it didn't really pan out because everyone got busy. It was the idea of like, I want everyone to take a theme from a movie and just shoot your own version. And I think the only other two people that did something was Tony. He did like one of the Raid, and then Robbie, he did one, I can't remember what movie he based it off of. But so the three of us did our own little movie inspiration fights. And I chose this one because Flashpoint and Special ID meant something new to me. It created a new idea of what fights should look like and could look like. You know, everyone's talking about like, fights aren't real. They don't look real enough. I'm like, that's very true, because this is a movie where no one's
Of
fighting
course,
each other
yes,
for
yes,
real.
yes, indeed.
And how do we bring that energy? And I think Donnie created a way to make that work. And I tried to, that fight, that Special ID tribute, was me experimenting of like, can I replicate that? Can I do that same style? So that was a couple of weeks process of me I literally wrote down the shot list. I didn't storyboard, I didn't do choreography. I just wrote down shot one, close up, you know, over a shoulder, he does this. And I think it was something like over 100 shots, which we shot over 3 days and 10 hours, 3 days of 10 hours.
Okay,
with one lunch. Like we actually did lunch.
Okay,
We did
yeah,
lunch.
that's,
Yeah. And that was the first time I've ever done, I felt like I've ever done something that felt like a full production. Like we had special effects makeup, we had lighting, we had camera
Okay.
assistants, we had
indeed.
sound recorder. Yeah, it felt like we're doing a full shoot, even though again, like $10 budget.
Yeah, but you try to respect every aspect of a
Filmmaking.
shoot.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, there is plenty of stuff I would like to talk about from your YouTube channel, but with the time we have, we talk about one more which was really funny and kind of comedy, which is Bad Technique. When you brought Jerry Quell, Brian, and others to make that in like a backyard.
Yeah.
I remember
So-
watching that. It was really funny, the way you did edit that, and those crazy moves, and even the 60 frame you used. It was really hilarious.
So this is why I talk about like, don't put out a video that you think is good, or you think or you show your friend or your mom, or you know, whoever that's, if you show anyone not necessarily below you, but in terms of creativity and ideas, if you show someone, like if you show like a kid or whatever, like this little fight video, and they think it's good, you're like, oh thanks, and then you post on video, and then you have these like guys who are really working like, no, this is shit, why are you posting this video? So this was a jab at those type of people. I'm not gonna call out names or anything like that, but it's the idea of like, you have to work harder before you start showing off your work. And a lot of people don't want to put in the work. They just want to look like they're putting in the work. So we actually shot the first version. It's on the EMC channel with me and Johnny, and we're doing like this really bad kung fu fight of like, even though the choreography may be good, but if you don't have the know-how to perform it, your timing is off. Cameras is at weird angles. Like
Yeah,
it's not gonna look good. So that was just like a wink, wink. Like, hey man, I know this is funny and you guys are laughing, but I might be talking about you.
yeah, of course, and that's a good way to show how what mistakes could a
Yeah,
filmmaker could make, and especially in
yeah,
making martial art fight scenes. It was
yeah.
really good and
I always
truly funny.
when people tell me, or people tell me what their favorite video is, it's usually the bad technique fight or the racist white guy video. It's never like
Yeah,
the special ID or Crow Zero. It's always something funny.
that's true indeed. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really interesting, and yeah, it's like I say, it's special and unique. And of course, how was it like being working with the indie community like Vlad, Manny, Brian, Jaquan, and many other guys from the indie world as directors, as filmmakers, of course, and performers?
yeah. It's we all have our own vision. Like everyone has an idea of how they want fights to look, how their rhythm and stuff like that. But we all speak the same language. We grew up
Yeah,
watching Hong Kong films, so we understand the
indeed.
cadence. We understand the
Yeah,
meaning
I
behind
think
things.
you have
Yeah,
references in your head
yeah.
to work
So it
with,
was,
and you can understand each other
yeah, exactly.
thanks to that
Yeah,
era of Hong Kong, of course.
yeah. So then, like, whenever we work together, it's easy. It's never hard. The only time it's hard is when we have to like be creative, think of something different. But
Okay,
it's
yeah.
never. But working together is never hard. Timing together is never hard because we understand the language. Whereas, let's say, as an indie guy who watches Hong Kong films, if I'm working with a Hollywood performer who's used to doing like John Wayne style bar fights, we're not gonna sync up. Like we have to take time and work on our rhythm and our timing, stuff like that. Which it's not a horrible thing. You should always work together. You should never try to
Yeah.
fight the other person. But it's just so much easier when I work with all the indie guys.
Yes, of course, and it's all
Yeah.
fun, and it takes a lot of passion, of course, and the heart, as I said before.
Mhm.
And of course, now we move to talk about your professional job. What
Mhm.
was your first professional job?
My first professional job was as a performer. Was in
Yeah.
2007. I did a TV show called Kamen Riders. It was in Japan. It's the
Ah,
rival
okay.
to Power Rangers, and this is the
I
second time
see.
they
Yeah.
they tried to bring it over. First time I think was in like the 70s. It was called Masked Rider, uh, and then they want to do it again. So they brought over Dragon Knight season. So I did that for a few months. That's actually how I got my eligibility for SAG. But I didn't
Ah,
join until
okay. Yeah.
2015. Yeah,
Yeah.
took a long time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. It
yeah,
takes. It could take
yeah,
some time, of course,
yeah,
to get your membership in
mhm,
SAG after, of
mhm,
course, union.
yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, you've been part of Shang-Chi, the Legend of Ten Rings. You were a stunt double and stunt performer. How do you describe your experience in Shang-Chi? And
Shang-Chi
working, of
was,
course, in MCU films.
yeah, Shang-Chi was in some ways new. Uh, I was initially brought out to help choreograph the final fight between Wenwu and Shang-Chi,
Ah, okay, yeah.
um, because the filming schedule was so scattered that teams were being split, and it was a huge team. Brett Allen put together a huge team. He had like 3 fight coordinators and 4 action designers,
Ah,
and then
okay,
like
a large
and then
team,
like
of course.
yeah, and then like uncredited assistant choreographers like myself and like Anthony Rena, David Chia, Lee Chesley. Like we all put a hand in a lot of the fights as well. Um, So I was initially brought up for I think a month to choreograph that final part of the final fight, not the whole thing.
Okay.
It was partial because the guys were busy doing other scenes. And then before my month was over, Andy Chang, who I've worked for before, former Jackie Chan member, he's like, "Hey, do you want to stay and double Yuen Wah?" And then in my mind, I was like, "Wait, what? Did you just say Yuen Wah?" Like, yeah, you want to double him? I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to double him."
Yeah.
to double, to double,
That's
the
some
double of
legend, of
Bruce Lee.
course.
Yeah.
Indeed, yes, yes.
So
You know,
I got to
of
stay.
course.
Yeah. So the sad thing is, we had Brad had this idea because it's Yuen Wah. He wants to showcase Yuen Wah, this legendary Hong Kong actor, which obviously in the film a lot of scenes have been cut out. He's barely in it in terms of action. So we actually choreographed this whole sequence and we shot only part of it, like half of it. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I don't think this is gonna make the film. So all the
Okay.
doubling I did for him was gone.
Okay, see, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. But I did
unfortunately,
get to
of course.
but I did have to get to choreograph a few scenes, which is still fun. It's but the whole process of like, oh, there's one team handling this fight, there's another team handling this fight, and another team handling this fight. It was pretty big. It's a pretty big team.
Yes,
So that was
yes,
something
of
new.
course.
Yeah,
And of course, since you mentioned Brad Allen, of course, who was, of course, a member in Jackie Chan stunt team back in the days during the 90s and the early 2000s. And of course, the stunt community lost Brad Allen
I knew.
during, I think, the filming of Shang-Chi. It was really devastating for
Yeah,
everyone from the community. I know you
yeah,
did work together, and how was it like being working
yeah,
with Brad Allen?
yeah. Actually, he passed after that. We
Ah,
finished
okay.
filming, and it was
Yeah, I
months
see.
later when I
Okay.
got the news. Um, but I think so. Brad is very approachable. He's actually very conservative. He likes to keep quiet, keep to himself a lot.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Uh,
He's not
but
even active on the social media back in
no,
the days.
he's
Yes.
no, not really. So he's very approachable. Like when he first walked up to me, we were having lunch. And this is when I was done already with the final choreographing the fight. And he's like, Malay, you're staying, right? And I was like, oh, he knows my name. Like I didn't even introduce myself to him yet. So I felt like, oh man, this is weird. Like Brad Allen calling my name out of nowhere. And he's like, Malay, you're
Yeah.
gonna stay and very soft voice, like Malay, you're gonna stay in Double Kidwa, right? It's like, yes, sir. Like whatever you want. It's like
He
you're
was
available,
really
right?
humble, of course.
It's like if you want me to be available, I'm available.
Yeah, that's
So
true,
he's
of
very
course.
approachable. And then we're shooting a scene, and I was on wires for like half the day. And he comes over from his tent. He's a second unit directing. He walks over and says, "Malay, are you okay? Can you want some water?" I'm like, "No, I'm good, sir. I'm good."
Yeah.
So it's a very like humbling experience in terms of like most. I wouldn't say most. So, there are some bosses that'll be on your butts about like getting better. They'll either yell at you or make fun of you. But Brad was very like he wants to keep things very kosher, and that's kind of something I want to bring to myself as well. Once I start coordinating more, just being more, just have a little more empathy towards performers, uh, especially the ones who work really hard. If I don't see you working hard, then you'll get called out. But yeah, Brad, yeah, man, Brad was cool.
Yeah, may he rest in peace, of course. And he
Yeah,
will
for
be
sure.
really
Like,
forever
yeah,
missed, of course. And
actually, so this is a team that Andy Chang is trying to build. Him and Brad
okay,
had this new idea of building a new generation
okay.
of performers. So
Cool.
this is the logo, A
Ah,
for Allen.
okay, of their team, of course.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Like it's like an homage for him, of course.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And what do you think about this film? As this film represented the Asian community, of course, and it was the first Asian superhero character, I
And then
think, in MCU films. How this film influenced the Asian community, like we say Black Panther for the black
mhm,
community.
yeah. Um, I think it I wouldn't say it opened up doors, but it opened the same door again. You know, Bruce Lee did it back then.
Ah,
Like, hey, there's
okay,
an
yeah.
Asian leading man, and then you know, in the '90s we had a few in there like Jason Scott Lee, Ernie Reyes Jr., like Mark Dacascos. Like we always have
Ah,
these spurts
yes.
of Asian, you know, leading men. And, you know, and Sim was doing very good. You know, he brought it out in on this one. We have another actor, Justin Chin, who just did the same thing on Brother Son. So we're getting more and more like action leading men representation. But I feel like it's more like pandering right now. I think we're in a culture of we have to see to the audience like what they want to see. Not to say that it's completely wrong. We should be diverse. We should show more. But I just want to make sure that we're doing it for the right reasons, and
Yeah,
we're
indeed.
given a chance and making it work the way we want to make it work, not because someone's like, oh, let's just throw them bone, let them do their thing, and then we're gonna focus on our thing, and then whatever happens to them, you know, you know, luck be with them. You know what I mean? Like I want everything to be work together, and just after Shang-Chi, it did open doors, but I feel like it's starting to dwindle just a bit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay, yeah.
Um, hope and I'm hoping that it'll just continue. Like we just need more. That's it.
Indeed, yeah.
You know?
Hopefully to see
Yeah,
the character in more films, upcoming, more films of course, MCU,
yeah.
and
Hopefully
see
MCU.
more martial art fights, of course.
Yeah.
For me personally, in Shang-Chi, I really prefer to see a final big fight in the end of the
Yeah.
movie.
So that's what I'm saying. We shot a huge battle scene, and when I saw it in theaters, like, oh wait, what happened to all the stuff that we shot?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all been
that's
cut out.
really some
So
kind.
so
It's kind of
that was disappointing. Yeah,
indeed, of course. That was
yeah,
I was really felt really disappointed from the end of the movie, because we
yeah.
heard it's a good martial art movie. Yeah, the fight was really good, the whole film. But I thought it would be good if it has ended with a big fight scene between
Yeah,
the villain, for example, and
yeah,
the main character, of course.
yeah, yeah. A lot of it's been chopped down. Unfortunately, I think it's something to do with runtime. They just have to fit a slot. I think that's
Indeed,
what
yeah.
a lot of people don't understand. Is like sometimes films can't run too long. You know, depending on like the distributor and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yes, it's
Yeah,
there is a lot of stuff to take in
yeah,
consideration, of course, that the audience doesn't know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which is why sometimes you end up with DVDs of like, you know, extended cut or
yeah,
director's
yeah,
cut,
yeah.
because
That's
those
true.
are yeah.
Yeah, that's show you more content of the movie, more footage, of
Mhm.
course.
Yeah.
Of course, let's talk about the Continental, which is a spin-off from the world of John Wick, if I'm right,
Mhm.
in which you've been part. What was your job in this film? I
Uh,
didn't see the
I can't.
movie yet.
Oh, okay. So it's I think it was no it's on. That's pretty bad. Oh, I think it's on Peacock. It's a three episode
Ah,
show,
okay. Ah, okay.
but each episode is 90 minutes long. So there it's like
Ah,
watching three
okay.
movies. Yeah.
Ah, okay. It's like a
Um.
mini series, of course.
Yeah. So I was brought out halfway through the show. I first came out to perform in one of the scenes, fighting one of our lead actresses, and then I stayed to assist fight coordinate Michael there and Roger
Ah,
Yuan.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I helped choreograph some of the fights, and then maybe a month and a half before we wrapped, Roger had to go leave and stunt coordinate Dune 2. So there was
Ah,
a
okay. Yeah.
spot for me to
It
jump
was
in
a
as a
really a
full.
big hit, of course.
Yeah,
And
lucky him. So I took his spot as a fight coordinator. So it's me
okay.
and Michael there. So the I guess three scenes that I had a big hand in was the speakeasy fight between Hanzo and siblings, brother and sister, the kung fu versus karate fight, and then the rooftop fight with the girls.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and no, and then there's a scene where Rahanto breaks into the hotel and takes our lead Wilson. So he just breaks in, just wrecks some dudes and yanks him out. Yeah, that was fun. That was a good time.
Yeah, I think I should watch that because I didn't watch it yet,
Yeah,
and of course I really like the
it's really good.
way how John Wick it is done, and a lot of hard work, a lot of
Mhm.
stunt coordinators and the fight coordinators did a great job on the last movie of John Wick, of
Mhm.
course, with Jeremy Marinas and all
Yeah,
the team, of course, behind it.
yeah. We had a lot of pressure.
Yeah, yeah, of course, that's true. Yeah, indeed. And I know you did some motion capture for many video games like Mortal Kombat. And
Yeah.
how motion capture is different from movie making?
So there's a pro and con with motion capture. One of the pros for production side is that they save some money because you don't need to hire 20 people. You just hire like
Ah,
4 or 5
okay,
guys, and it
indeed.
can be different performers. So I think for uh, MK1 and MK Onslaught, which is a mobile game, there was in total I think around 20 performers. But when I was brought in, the team that Manny built, well, I think we are about 6 or 7 people. Yeah. And then, oh yeah, so in terms of performer, the pro is you get to save your body because everything is motion captured. You don't need to hit the concrete. There's
Yes,
pads,
yes, it's
so
all
you can
padding.
just
It's all
it's all
it is
padded. But
all
but
safety, of
the
course.
yeah, but the con is because there's no takes, there's no camera setups, there's no lighting setups. You're just constantly performing.
Ah,
You just
okay.
you just go up, you mark up, and then you just perform. Oh, it's not good. Do it again. Just do it till you
Lot
get it
of
right. So that's
repetitions, because
a lot of repetition. Yeah, yeah,
and
and,
a
and
lot of
sometimes
moves, a lot of
yeah,
moves, of course,
yeah, and then
which is
and then
captured, of
sometimes
course.
right, yeah, and then sometimes you don't know what you're performing to. In case of like when you're performing in front of camera, you know how to deliver for camera. You know, the camera's over here, so maybe you throw your punch on the other side, or you react,
Ah,
for the
okay,
camera, stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But in motion capture, there's no camera; it's everywhere. So
It's
you're just
everywhere,
kind of
indeed.
doing a choreography, and you just
And
hope that whoever's editing it puts the
yeah, they
camera in the
put
right
it
spot.
on the right place, of course. I
Yeah,
did understand
yeah,
what you mean.
yeah.
And of course, you are a stunt performer, of course. And
I used to be.
okay, okay.
No, I still
If
am. I still am.
okay, so if you did any stunt work, what was the most dangerous stunt you have ever performed? I think what was,
Uh,
or it should be probably scary for you, if you remember.
um, I haven't done too many crazy stunts. I've done car hits, some high falls, stair falls.
Ah, okay,
Um,
yeah.
I would say I wouldn't say it's the most scary, but it's definitely the dumbest. Is when we shot our own little short back in 2009. We had this idea of like, okay, well, Samuel and Jackie back in the days they went through real glass, so we're gonna do the
Okay,
same.
yeah, indeed.
Yeah,
Like in Police Story, I
yeah,
think one.
yeah, yeah. He just goes through real glass. So we're like, I'm gonna do the same. So for our short, I in one of my reels you'll see it. I fall through a glass table, and then one of the pieces like I covered myself up
Ah,
like this,
yeah.
but one of the pieces like somehow like slides between my guard and slices me in the chin. So I had this scar.
The scar,
But
yeah.
then it used to be
Yeah,
bigger, but it went down. Yeah.
how
So
many
that was
stitches you did?
no stitches, glue. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
I
was
hit
really open, an open
yeah,
wound.
yeah. So I hit the ground, I get up and I feel something cold.
Ah,
I
yeah.
kind of go like I go
Blood,
to my
yeah.
friends, they push up the camera. I'm like, am I bleeding? And like, oh yeah, you're super bleeding. So yeah. Uh yeah, nothing too crazy yet. I've had a bunch of injuries, but nothing too crazy from
Ah, okay.
like a big stunt, you know, like jumping off buildings or anything like that, or jumping onto a train.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, that's really good. So let's hope you stay safe all the time, because
yeah,
we know a job of a stuntman is not
yeah,
really easy, and a lot
yeah.
of people
No,
got killed on set or got serious
uh,
injuries, and
yeah.
yeah.
Actually tore my shoulder on Shang-Chi when I was doing
Okay.
rehearsal. Yeah,
I
yeah.
see. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
but I kept filming. The doctor's like, you have to rest, and I was like, no, I can't rest.
Okay. Yeah. Of course,
I
it's a
told him
job.
I was resting. I told him I was resting, but like I have to work. I can't not, you know. So
Indeed,
I
of
just went to
course,
work.
it's a
You know.
great opportunity, of course, and yeah. Okay, now we move to talk about Hong Kong cinema, which is a tradition in my show. I
Uh,
believe the 80s was the golden age of Hong Kong cinema, as many people
um,
said. And yeah, how this era
uh,
influenced you?
there was a kind of um operatic feel to it, which catches the eye. You know, it's very beautiful yet violent, and it's a
Yeah,
beautiful art. And so it that was something that was different in terms of like the 90s had some good stuff, but they either went to more of the fantastical side or more towards like how much more can we push the 80s style. And I think that's where that version kind of fell apart, was they tried to implement too much wires
indeed, of
into like that
course.
80s Hong
That's
Kong style.
true.
So it felt
Yeah,
felt a little funny. So the 80s was like the perfect example of like, here is a dance, here is a rhythm, here's a cadence, here's these simple wide shots so you can see what's happening, and that's kind of all
yeah,
you need. If you resort to camera tricks, CGI, and you know any other ideas, it's like you're kind of missing the essence of the moves. Like you should let the moves present itself. Obviously,
indeed.
we as directors and fight coordinators, we learn to have angles and cheats like that to help maybe sell an actor or a performer who isn't as good.
Yes,
But the idea back then in the 80s is like, you need to be good. So they push their
indeed,
actors
of
super
course.
hard.
And
They film 6 7 days a week, 12-hour plus
crazy.
days. Like you have to be good. I'm not cheating you. You better get this kick right. And that's
Indeed.
and that's and that's kind of like the theme that I form picked from to use for my performers. I'm like, you need to be a good performer. I'm not gonna hire you if you're not gonna be good. I'm not gonna cheat for you to be good. You need to be good.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah,
Yeah.
Hong Kong was really crazy. You see
Yeah.
all the stunt work they used to do,
Uh,
of course, no safety measures, of course, injuries all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really good on the eyes, but there is a lot of suffer, a lot of suffer
Yes.
for those
Yeah.
stuntmen, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. For some, it paid off. Like some of those guys, are stunt coordinators themselves, directors themselves, even like some of the actors. You have like Andy Lau, Maggie Chung, like doing these Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung films, and now look at them. They're up there because they paid their way, they paid their dues. Like, I've done all the hard work, so I deserve to be up here.
yeah, indeed,
If you
indeed.
don't do hard work, you don't deserve to be up there. You just want fame
That
for fame. You know what I mean?
that's true. That's true. It's all
Yeah.
about hard work, of course, and dedication.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
of course, which film influenced you the most? I mean, Hong Kong movie.
So I would say there's maybe three or four that kind of
Ah,
pushed
okay.
like each that gave me a new step. Each one kind of helped me advance more and more. So the one that just blew me away from the beginning was Police Story 1.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Like like
The
like
final mall
as
fight.
kid watching like these dudes throw hands and feet, hitting concrete, hitting glass. Again, it's like it's very operatic. It's violent, but it's very operatic. It's very catching. And as a kid, I don't know what that means. Like, what kind of job is that? Can I be an actor that goes through a window? Like, probably not. But that kind of like inspired me in terms of when I got older. How do I shoot? How do I edit? How do I be a performer? how do I wreck as hard as I can, but make it look good and not look like a little bitch. So, and then the next film, I would say was Iron Monkey with Donnie Yen. Yeah, that was the first time I've seen kung fu flavor in a way of like, it wasn't like a Shaw Brothers TVB, Hong Kong TVB, just like that. Like there's that style is more aesthetically pleasing, which
Yeah,
worked for me back then. But you know, and I still appreciate it. But Iron Monkey offered this cadence of like kung fu can be used for violence, which is what kung fu is. Kung fu is made for violence. It's not made to look pretty. Kung fu is made to murder people.
yeah, of
So
course.
that was something that
It's an
was
art
very
of
like,
war, of course.
yeah, it's exactly, it's art of war, martial art, right?
Yeah,
And Donnie brought this energy that made it feel like, okay, you can make kung fu look good. And then you have now that was there's a new age of like how to make kung fu, right? After that was Flashpoint. How do I make
yeah. I mean,
how do I make a fight look real? If you look at like back in the 80s, again, it's operatic. They're not really trying to throw hands at each other. It looks like they are. But now Flashpoint was like, oh man, it looks like he really is hitting, which most of the time he is. They're hitting each other. They have these silicone gloves they put on,
yeah,
so the little
I
pad
can see the contact
so they can hit
between.
each other.
Yeah,
The cadence was no longer there. You know, we in Hong Kong you have this dot 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 dot, like kind of rhythm, right? Whereas Flashpoint was just like everywhere. There's no cadence. There's no rhythm. You
yeah.
throw a punch because you feel like throwing a punch, not because the choreography tells you to throw a punch. And then the film after that, I would say finally is Wuxia, swordsman or dragon, depending on where you watch it. It's the one where Daniel cut off his arm.
Okay.
That that
Yeah,
one was more story and cinematography inspired. Like it changed my perspective of how to shoot and how to choreograph. Uh,
okay.
and and it's a little evident in that little short that I did called My Hero, like learning how to shoot with a Steadicam, learning how to shoot with the dolly and tracks and stuff like that. Not just doing handheld anymore. How do I shoot something as a filmmaker and no longer as an indie performer?
I see, indeed.
Yeah,
So you got a lot of inspiration from all
yeah,
those films, and
for sure.
gave you a push to keep up in the industry and
Yeah.
grow more experience. And of course, I have an interesting question. If you got the chance to work with, fight, coordinate, choreograph one of those martial art movie stars from present or past, dead or alive, who could be
There's
this superstar, for example?
there's two that comes to mind. Samuel, I want to work with Samuel
Yeah,
because he's still evident of like his 80s style, but with a modern twist. He has this very strong energy when it comes to his style. And the other person is Kenji Tanigaki. Obviously,
okay, yeah,
he's growing up with all he grew up with Donnie Yen since
yeah,
the
yeah. I know
90s.
him. Yeah, Kenji.
Yeah, and
Yes,
now
he
he's
was
his
one
own.
of the performers in Feast of Legends in the dojo
That's
fight.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
like
know him.
his ingenuity is what I want to pick his brains. I just want to understand like what is he thinking of when he's coming up with these new weird ideas. Like I know a lot of real katana guys, kenjutsu guys were giving what's that Kenshin some shit because like, oh, that's not real katana, that's not how you would swing a sword. I'm like, but
Yeah,
this is movie making and this is movie making based on an anime, so get out of here. We're making film, we're not teaching him how to kill a person. So it's just the ideas that he come with are just very new and creative, blending with what he learned from Donnie and his team.
ah, okay, really interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really great. And of course, I have. I want to get back to talk about you once again before we finish our interview.
Okay.
How do you see yourself like 10 years from now in movie business or
10
in martial
years
art in general as well?
10 years in 10 years I'll be 50. hopefully by then I will be in a spot where I'll be directing my own films. Um,
Okay, yes.
but small budget. I don't want to direct blockbusters. I
Yeah.
just want to direct really low budget, not really low budget, sorry, like lower budget films, like around 20, 30 million. Because I feel like that's where you have a little more freedom and creativity. Whereas if you work for big studios, they have a lot of say, and that's not what I'm about. I'm about trying to be as independent as I can. But at the same time, I will push forward to second unit direct those bigger films. That's kind of my goal in the end. Second unit direct big films, direct smaller films.
Okay, so your vision for the future is to become a director, of course. Yeah, because a stuntman life, of
Yeah,
course, could
yeah,
it's a short career, of course, for
yeah,
a stuntman
yeah,
because all the injuries and all
mhm,
even performers
yeah,
as well. So
yeah,
probably yeah, that's the
yeah,
best way to go, or maybe second unit or
yeah, yeah,
coordinating or something like that.
yeah, yeah. Some guys I know, they transition to being an actor as well, or producer. It's it's
Okay.
not it's not a long game, especially like, let's say you are a performer who takes a lot of hard hits. If you're a stunt driver, um, you have a little longer to go. Like, hopefully there's no crazy injuries you get from doing all the car crashes and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But I still see dudes in like their 60s still
still
doing,
doing it. Okay.
still stunt driving. But you can't be a 60-year-old dude getting hand bombed into a wall.
Yeah,
You don't
that's
you don't
true.
want to
Yeah,
do
of
that.
course. Yeah, yeah, it's difficult and so
Yeah,
demanding. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's why I urge performers to kind of plot out their plan of, like, you cannot be a performer forever. Think about moving forward. How do you get better? Pick your goal and work on a path. If you want to be a director, start thinking about how you'll transition to choreographer, to coordinator, to second unit director, to director. What's your path? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And Selsimi, you mentioned that your long journey was full of achievements, of course. This achievement didn't come up like that. There have been a lot
No.
of work, mistakes,
Yeah.
processing, training,
Mhm.
failure as well,
Yeah.
repetitions. This diverse journey made you what you are now.
Yeah.
What advices do you have for beginners or anyone desire to get involved in movie
Mm,
business or in martial art as well?
there's a lot to take in. Obviously, a lot of them you pick up as you go. One thing I can say is any experience is good experience, right? If it's good experience,
Okay, yeah,
that's great.
yeah,
If it's a bad experience, that's great too, because you need to learn from those mistakes. You need to learn how to deal with, something that's out of your comfort zone, in order for the next job that you'll have something ready. You have tools ready for the next thing. Like, oh, this happened on my last job. So on this one, I want to make sure that I do better, or something else. It is a process. You can't have it all. I do urge, if you want to be a fight coordinator, I do urge you to think about your fights as a filmmaker. You have to create that bridge between you and the director, right? If you just choreograph fights, you can't really explain to the director
you
what
can
he
tell a
wants,
story through a fight. I think you can't do that.
right? I think the age of being a fight choreographer is gone. You can no longer be a fight choreographer. You have to be a
Okay,
coordinator. You have to learn
coordinator.
how to choreograph fight. You have to learn how to tell the story. You have to learn how to shoot it, edit, train the actors. You have to learn how to communicate between all the departments:
Indeed.
props, wardrobe, set deck. So it's a big task. I think a lot of people are rushing to be a fight coordinator. But I'm like, prepare yourself, because it's a lot of work. It's
Yeah, a
not going
lot
to be
of
easy.
indeed,
Yeah,
indeed. This is
yeah.
a long
Anyone,
journey, of course.
anyone can choreograph a fight. My wife can choreograph a fight. He throws the left
Okay.
hand, right? And he throws the right hand. But the meaning is why. Why is he throwing the left hand?
Yeah,
Why is he
it's
throwing that right
to
hand?
to tell a story and
Tell a story.
make a
Yeah,
meaning for the fight, of course.
yeah. So become a filmmaker. Don't just be a stunt guy. Become a filmmaker.
Okay, in general, yeah, to know
Yeah,
everything, every aspect of movie making
yeah.
and action making, of course.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and of course, how to follow you on the social media? I know you're kind of active more on Instagram.
Yeah, you can find my Instagram at Malay the Stunt Guy.
Yeah.
I do have a YouTube channel. It's been dead for a while because I've been so busy. I do
Ah,
have two
yeah, yeah,
videos that's been sitting in my editing bay for like 2 years now.
yeah. Of
But
course, because
hopefully they're not outdated. I want to put them out soon. But you can follow me at just youtube.com/Malay Kim.
yeah, and of course you had also your old channel, UMC Monkeys,
Yeah,
of course, which
yeah.
was
You can
I
watch
think
our old
active.
stuff.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really cool, brother. So I really thank you for being here with me on Indie Talks. It was really a fun discussion, really insightful, very educative, and I appreciate making time for this, brother.
Of course, yeah, of course. Thank you for having me, and I appreciate it. Yeah, any chance to help the next generation, the community come up, I'm
Yeah,
all for it. I'm all for it. Yeah,
that's true, brother. And it means a lot that you're making lessons and for yeah, beginners in the gym. I
hmm
think you do
yeah,
that in I think in G-
yeah. That
gym.
jam. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Vlad do
yeah,
with kicking and Brian with
yeah,
Balintawak, and
yeah,
everyone tried
yeah,
to contribute with his knowledge and yeah,
yeah,
martial art knowledge.
yeah. It's the only way. You can't gatekeep. You're not gonna be the top guy forever. You gotta start bringing more people with you.
Yeah, that's true. So thank
Yeah.
you, brother. It's a great
Thank you.
pleasure. So yeah, hopefully to have you one more time in the future.
Of course.
When
Anytime.
you
You let me
become
know.
like a director, yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank
Hopefully
you.
soon. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Have a
have
good
a
day.
good day. Take care of yourself.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, brother.
You as well. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you.